G'day guys, it's Paul here from The Hook and the Cook, and welcome back to our channel. Today I'm going to show you how to skin and fillet a flathead. Okay guys, first thing that I normally do is when I'm filleting my little sand flathead here is I'm going to dry the flathead. Now it's very important that we rub it one way. We must go this way from head to tail. Why, you may be asking? Because we have just here, if you have a look at that, we've got a very sharp spikes here, and basically if you're going about the other way it will catch you on the hand and you will know about it, and yeah, it becomes very sore. So always from head to tail, just dry it and then stop it from being too slippery. The other thing is now we're going to fillet this guy. Now I'm using Japanese knives. This is my Japanese knife for filleting. A little bit different than the Western knife, it's not quite as flexible, and this is very good for kingfish, tuna, all that type of stuff, but for these little small fellas I need a little bit more finesse, so I'm going to use my other little general purpose knife. Okay, so first thing we need to do is we need to turn the flathead over. I like to also use my cloth around the head so I know I'm not going to get spiked. We're going to use the second fin, come in, lift them up, and then go towards the head with the knife, straight down to the backbone, then turn your knife around, okay, staying close to the fillet. Take your time all the way down, staying as close as you possibly can to the backbone, and then run the knife all the way through. And that's our first beautiful fillet. Now we'll take the second one off. Fin there, we come under, cut towards the head so we don't lose any meat. Then turn the knife around. Now it always gets a little bit tricky, the second fillet, because obviously we've taken the first one off and it tends to just dip. So what we want to do is just take our time here, keep him very close to the backbone, and then all the way through. There we go. Okay, now we have the carcass left. What I generally do with the carcass is just give them a little chop with my larger filleting knife. Okay, just fold that over, pop that over there, and we can use that to make a nice white fish stock. Next thing we need to do is skin the fillet. Okay folks, so it's time to skin our sand flathead. As you can see, these fillets are quite small. Most of the sand flathead, they're legal at 33 centimeters. These guys were 37 centimeters, so the last thing I want to do is lose any meat, this valuable meat that we've got here. So what I'm going to do is just skin these guys and show you a really easy way to do it. Okay, you do need a little bit of salt to help you here, because obviously the fish has a natural slime that can be a little bit of a problem. So what we do is basically take our fingers and we just have to, a little bit of salt will help, and obviously being a chef my nails aren't very long, but so you just have to take your time here. This is the most important bit, is when we go to skin this, is that we get all this flesh basically away from here, making sure that the skin's ready to be pulled off, because they are very delicate fillets. We don't want them to tear. So once we get to about here, so from about here to here on the fillet, then we can fairly well just pull straight away without worrying about tearing it too much. But this is probably the most delicate part here, just on the rib cage. So we'll take a little bit more salt on our hands, hold the fish firmly, and then just pull straight down. That way we don't tear any flesh and we get maximum. If you have a look at that skin there, there's hardly any flesh on there whatsoever, as you can see. But as I said, and I'll demonstrate on the second fillet, that you have to be very careful just at that first little part when we started off. So I normally start at the top here, not down by the white bit. I'll start on the darker flesh. Again, just prise it off, just gently. Don't rush, okay? Or you will end up tearing the fillet. And then just down here, this is where it's nice and delicate. So a little bit more salt just to help me get a grip. So we take our time, just here, nice and delicate. Okay, but then as I said, once we get to the tail end here, that's when we can be a little bit more vigorous and pull that skin straight off, like so. There we go. So then we've got two beautiful fillets ready for the frying pan. So there we go, folks. That's how I fillet and skin a flathead. Now I hope that helped. Now don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to join us every week, every Friday here at The Hook and the Cook. Also, you can follow us on Instagram and Facebook, and we'll see you next week. Cheers, guys.